Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, and welcome to Divers Ready. My name's James, and this is the last video of 2019. That's it, 2019 is almost behind us, so I wanted to make this our last film of the year. Just a thank you to everyone who's watched one video or all of our videos, subscribed to our channel, or thought about subscribing to our channel, because it has been a crazy trip. So I wanted to just do a quick review of 2019, all the things we got up to, and later in this video I'm going to be giving you my scuba diving resolutions for 2020 and letting you know what you can expect from Divers Ready in the new year. But first off, I do genuinely want to say thank you very much to everyone who's helped build this channel. We set ourselves two goals. We said that within either the first 100 videos or 1 year, we want to reach the YouTube advertising threshold, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Now, we didn't do that so that we could start advertising and make money on this channel, but if you don't reach that threshold, then the YouTube algorithm won't prioritize your videos and nobody's going to watch the content that you're spending ages putting out there. 3 months after we posted our first video, we hit both those goals. So I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who made a dive on our subscribe button. It really does mean the world to us. I know I say that every video, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. We do appreciate it. So looking back then, in June of 2019, I went to visit my buddy Menno, aka Finding Menno in Grand Cayman, and that was just such a laugh, such a great trip. It's always great to see him. He's a lovely person. And we made 5 fantastic films that I'm tremendously proud of. But more important than the films we made, I learned a lot about preparing to go for an overseas video shoot. Probably the biggest thing I learned was you should probably prepare to go for an overseas video shoot, because I didn't, but through Menno's boundless optimism and my brute force, we ploughed ahead and made 5 films that to this day I'm tremendously proud of, and I still think are some of the best videos on our channel. And finally, I got to tick the kitty wake off of my bucket list. And then in July, scuba diving lost an absolute titan of the sport in my friend Mr. Andy Phillips. I made what was perhaps the most personal video that I will ever make, and I threw it up on the channel just because I felt that his life was so big it needed celebrating, and I wanted to kind of put my thoughts out there. But I never really intended anyone to watch that video. It was kind of a video I made for me more than you guys. But you guys responded with so much kindness, so many kind comments. You really got me through a low month. And that taught me a lot about the strength of YouTube and having that interaction with the community. Can't thank you guys enough, everyone that commented on that video. I really mean that. Thank you so much. August and September taught me how difficult it is to balance a full teaching schedule with producing videos on a strict schedule. I try and get a video out every Monday. Since April, we've actually only missed 1 Monday, and that happened in September when I was just super busy and just didn't even have time to press record and say how busy I was and put that out there. But I learned a lot about scheduling and timing and getting content prepared ahead of time. So those months were both great. And then in October, we went to the Bahamas. So we went to the Bahamas at the requests of our friends at Balearia Caribbean and Bimini Underseas to show that following Hurricane Dorian, the Bahamas are open, and the majority of the islands were completely unaffected by the hurricane, but were suffering nonetheless because mainstream media is saying that everyone's closed. And I would say that the flagship video in that playlist, The Bahamas is Open, is, if you haven't seen it already, I'll link it up there, but it's probably the most intricate edit that we've done. And I learned a lot from the editing process making that film. And in November, 2 magical things happened. The first is that my wife and I, we run a stay and train technical diver training program that we call Tech B&B. Original, I know. And we run these training programs all the time, and we love having guests come and stay and train, from Canada, from all over the States, from the UK, from Sweden, and it's great because we get to meet people from all walks of life and around the world and have them in our home. And I think the training product is very high quality because it's immersive. You're staying with your instructor. And in November, we received our first stay and train student who was recruited solely through YouTube. How awesome is that? I had no intention of that being a side effect of doing videos for YouTube. It was fantastic. I want to say thank you very much, Jason, up there in Calgary. You know, I know it was a really hard sell for you to come down from that Arctic tundra to dive the beautiful warm waters here in South Florida, and I appreciate your sacrifice, mate. The second piece of awesomeness that happened in November 2019 was, of course, the DEMA show, where we went and made so many new friends and cemented so many old friendships and got to make a whole ton more videos. It was very rough, it was very run and gun style. We were on a very tight schedule, bouncing between booths to get shots done. But one of the videos we made was the Hydroid Aqua Breather, that crazy Russian rebreather helmet thing, and that went on to become our most popular video in terms of view numbers by quite some way. Thank you to everyone we saw at the DEMA show who stopped by and said hello. It was great to meet all of you, thank you. We also got a standing ovation from the SSI booth at DEMA from some guy shouting out, "Hey, that's the Paddy 5-star scam guy." And then everyone stood up, and yeah, that was kind of weird, but also funny. And we also got a bunch of collaborations lined up with both dive manufacturers, other YouTubers, travel destinations, so there's going to be a lot more content of that nature coming down the pipeline in 2020. Start getting excited. And just know that between every video release, I'm out there having a ton of fun teaching technical diving to my awesome students. I want to say thank you to all the students that I had this year. Thank you for trusting me with your scuba diving education. I appreciate each and every one of you, and don't forget to call me for a fun dive. All right, that's enough looking back. On to 2020. What are my scuba New Year resolutions? Well, for me personally, and regular watchers of this channel will know that this is a thing for me, my first resolution that I want to work on in 2020 is to become a better underwater cinematographer. I want to make better video images underwater. Part of that is investing in a new camera. You may notice we're in a slightly different setup now. I'm going to do a full studio tour for you sometime in January. But I just want to get better at making videos, and the best way to do that is to surround yourself with people who are already better than you are and learn from them. So look for me to be collaborating in 2020 with known cinematographers who hopefully are going to take me under their wing and show me all their tricks of the trade. One of the most common questions we get across all videos is, "Dude, I want to go diving with you." And if you've ever commented that, or you've even thought it and haven't commented, thanks, that's really nice, really kind of you. And my wife and I are like, okay, well, we need to make a way for that to be possible. How can we get more people to come diving with us that maybe aren't interested in doing a technical diving training package? And the answer to that is, well, we should probably start doing group travel trips. So here's a big announcement. In 2020, my wife Karina and I will start running group travel trips for scuba divers. We're going to start with, drum roll please, Bonaire. Now, the details are still being worked out, but here's what we're thinking. Small group trips, waterfront villa, private chef, and a personalised dive coaching session with yours truly. Let me know in the comments below if that sounds good to you. In April of 2020, my wife and I are moving house, and the house that we're moving to has a fully detached garage into which I will be building the greatest dive locker the world has ever seen. There will be videos, there will be a dive locker tour, both in progress and the big reveal at the end. Can't wait to get started. Love myself some DIY, and to put that together with building myself a new studio, editing suite, recording setup, plus just having all my gear in one air-conditioned room that's organized and dry and climate controlled is going to be fantastic. Super stoked for that. The next resolution for me in 2020 is I try and get a bucket list tick done every year, and there's one bucket list item that's been on my list for years after years, and I've never taken the time to tick it off, and it's going to happen in 2020. and that is diving the 1800s wooden wrecks of the Great Lakes. So what I thought it'd be really fun to do is just get a group of friends here in Miami, do a couple of shakedown dives so we're all familiar with each other, load up the truck, and then do a road trip to Michigan. So it's going to be part road movie, part buddy movie, part dive movie. So I've got a couple of divers I've reached out to already who are super interested in it. We're going to make stops along the way and have little side adventures. In fact, if you draw a straight line from Miami to Ann Arbor, you go through a little town called Lake Hickory in North Carolina. Brian, I'm talking to you. It's a passion project. It's still in the planning phase. We're looking for sponsorship for it right now, but if we can pull it off, this will be a major year highlight for me. I would love it if you could let me know in the comments below, what are your scuba diving resolutions for 2020? Is it a destination you're particularly hoping to get to dive? Is it something that you're working on or a certification you're hoping to achieve in 2020? Where is diving going to take you in the new year? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the last video of 2019. I want to say thank you again to all of our subscribers and anyone who's commented or liked any of our videos throughout the year. Really means the world to us, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. You know how it works by now. Over here I'll put some other videos you can watch, and just below that some other videos you can watch. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name's James. This was your last Mouthpiece Monday for this year. I'll see you all next year. Dive safe, dive often.